Hello and welcome back to Byzantine Places. This is number 5. And today we're going to be seeing the Church of Hagia Irene in Istanbul, Constantinople. This is a very beautiful place. And Hagia Irene means Church of the, or at least it was called in Greek, the Church of Holy Peace. One of the truly magnificent churches of Constantinople. We'll show you what it looks like here. And a beautiful example of Byzantine history and architecture. The church was originally commissioned by Constantine I, Constantine the Great, probably in the 320s or early 330s. I wasn't able to find an exact date. And it was the original seat of the Patriarchy in Constantinople. This is the second building to stand on the site. The first one was burned down in the Nika riots of 532, and then this structure here that you see here was rebuilt under the reign of Justinian I in 548. Ultimately, this church was surpassed by the much more magnificent Hagia Sophia, Church of the Holy Wisdom, which was completed in 537. Let's look at the interior. The interior can tell us a lot about the Byzantine period, and it's very beautiful and interesting. So let's take a look here. You can see the interior here, and there was probably some kind of marble or possibly bronze or gilt cladding on these stone walls. You can see kind of the pegs where that used to be. Now, this dome here, this is the central church dome, and this would have been originally covered by picture mosaics, which are made of little gold and lapis inlaid tiles called tesserae. We're not sure what the original dome would have looked like. In October of 740, there was an earthquake in Constantinople which severely damaged the Hagia Irene church. And it was rebuilt under the Emperor Constantine V, also known as Constantine Corpronimus. You gotta love these Byzantine emperor nicknames. And he supervised the rebuilding. Well, he was an iconoclast. This time, whatever picture mosaics would have appeared in this dome were replaced by what you see here, this simple cross. And that is as a result of a period of religious controversy in the Byzantine Empire we call iconoclasm. Iconoclasm was a religious movement in Byzantium that held that portraits of Christ and saints, etc., were idolatry, forbidden by the Ten Commandments. This was a huge controversy in the Byzantine Empire in the 8th and 9th centuries. People were killed over this. This was not just an arcane bit of religious dogma. This was an explosive political issue, an explosive religious issue, and people lost their lives arguing about it. The Byzantine manuscripts from this period, the mid-700s and late 700s, will often show icons being torn down or washed away from walls. Paintings were taken off of walls and mosaics dismantled, and that clearly is what happened here. Ultimately, the movement died out in the mid-9th century. Hagia Irene is one of the few Byzantine churches that was not turned into a mosque after the Ottoman conquest of 1453. It remains a museum and, I believe, a musical center. There's orchestras and such that perform here. But it's really beautifully preserved, and it's a wonderful example of Byzantine architecture, Byzantine art. And what you see with relation to the cross there, as opposed to some of the really beautiful picture mosaics that you will find, for example, in Hagia Sophia in Constantinople, Istanbul, shows you kind of the period of iconoclasm. But this is very classic Byzantine architecture and a really beautiful place. Please like, subscribe, share. This is a crucial phase for this channel, this series just getting started. I am starting to pick up some viewers. So if you're interested in Byzantine history, or if you know people who are interested in Byzantine history, turn them on to this series. It might be fun for them. I'm Sean Munger, That History Guy. My website is thathistoryguy.com. I teach history courses online, so you can find me there. Thank you very much for joining me.